Roll, baby.
All right. Well, I'm Omari Jones. I'm the youth director over at Olivet Church, and just sharing a little bit of what God is doing over at some of our local schools in the North Portland area, particularly Portsmouth, Clarendon Middle School, elementary school. There's a few schools we're involved in. Portsmouth is one of them. Jefferson's another. Southridge is another. But some of the most amazing stories have been coming out of Portsmouth. Probably about 2 years ago, we got an amazing phone call from a lady by the name of Wilma Gowdy, and she was the after-school program coordinator over at Portsmouth. And long story short, she met our pastor at a Subway of all places, and along with another one of the staff pastors, and said, "Hey, we really need help at Portsmouth." And this is after about a year of praying, for an entrance and an entryway into the school, more so than just picking up kids for after-school programs. And so she begins to share the story about how they don't see a lot of male leadership, particularly male leadership of color, and kids really needed to see some positive influences. They said the school was very, how can I say, they were very underprivileged in a lot of things. They, in terms of their resources, they were low in resources. Test scores were low, and the whole bit. And so they really needed to see some help. And so what we said is, okay, God, what's the strategy? How can we come alongside and be of assistance? Of course, it was a rocky road. When you start a new initiative, there's not a lot of people that want to, get behind, what's the value in it? What's my time and all of that? And so we just begin to say, okay, God, with just a few, what can we do over there at Portsmouth? So we met through a series of times with Wilma and the principal over at Portsmouth, and they received us with welcome arms. So one of the first things that we decided to do is we decided to go and monitor hallways. So we got a chance to go over there, a few of the men, just go monitor the hallways, hang out with kids, get to know kids, and immediately they put us in kind of like these crisis intervention, situations where if a kid would have an issue, they see the positive black man, or they would see the positive church leader over there and say, "Hey, go talk to him." And so many great relationships had came out of that, and one of the most great things was a connection that the kids had over with our youth group. I won't put their names out there, but there were 3 young ladies that were not even believers in Christ a year ago, and their parents, we met their parents over at Portsmouth, and their parents heard more about the youth group. I guess they were still growing in Christ, still understanding Christ, but the girls came over a year ago. They were just, they were totally out there. And here it is a year later. I just baptized one of the young ladies on Sunday, along with her mom, and just to see that kind of turnaround is tremendous. Over in the winter, we got a chance to hook up with Campus Crusade with Christ, Sean Mitchell and those guys, and we did a food box distribution in the neighborhood, and we had a lot of food boxes left over. And so what we were trying to find a place to do it, and we said, well, hello, Portsmouth, we have a lot of families, we have a lot of single mothers at Portsmouth that would use that type of thing. So we did 2 things. We said, hey, let's do a clothing drive. So our whole church got behind this clothing drive, filled barrels. It had to be about 12, 13 barrels full of new clothes. None of them were used, but new clothes. There were socks, underwear, sweatshirts, sweatpants, that kind of thing. And we took bags full over to Portsmouth, and they broke down in tears. The administrators kind of broke down in tears and shared with us how they have never seen a church do that. They've never seen, with all the talking that church does, they've never seen that happen. So, that definitely warmed our heart. But we also took those food boxes over there, and they were just amazed that it kept coming. They were like, "You guys don't have to do this, but we had an opportunity to bless them, and there it was." So, all in all, the relationship is growing. We weren't going over there to try to, how can I say, we were going there to share the gospel indeed, and letting the relationships build themselves, and then we'll share the gospel in word and confirm that in word. But we wanted to say, let's not just do another initiative to get people to our church. We wanted to get over there and just love on our community, and it's happening. So it's a little bit of our story there.